Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of What Do You Need to Know to Live in Costa Rica? Today's topic, shipping to Costa Rica. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick Jager, joined as always by my good friend and business partner, Aaron Bailey. Mr. Bailey, happy day.
Hello, Patrick. Happy day, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida. Aaron, today is something that we both have tiptoed around, and we'll explain what that means. Shipping to Costa Rica. It's going to be a cool topic.
Bringing all your stuff to Costa Rica from other countries. But before we get into it, let's remind you, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel if you find value of this content. Hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe, and shoot us a comment. We love hearing from people in the comments. Love interacting. These are our opinions, our perspectives. Other people have different perspectives. So please leave us a comment and let us know, have you shipped your stuff to Costa Rica? Did you sell everything and buy new stuff here? Love to hear your perspective.
Yeah.
So Patrick, when I think of this topic, so we get this topic all the time. We get this question all the time from people, from our clients and members. And I see this probably 15 times a day. It feels like 15 times a day on Facebook forums and Reddit and other forums where people are saying, I want to move to Costa Rica. How can I get my stuff there?
Right.
And so I think of this in three buckets. One, there's a bucket of people who are going to sell everything, pack, 2, 3, 4 bags,
or I'm going to
get on the plane
and go.
We have a friend who probably did that with one backpack.
Oh, for sure.
And moved to Costa Rica just with, a couple of bags. There's certainly some appeal to that. Number two, pack, sell everything or sell a lot of things, pack a few bags, and then store the rest of your stuff in storage in your home country. And then over time, kind of bring stuff down as you need it and as you have the capacity to bring it down. You're going back for Christmas, for example, and this is in my case, I am a 40-something-year-old man who has moved all of my belongings into my parents' basement. And every trip I make, I go through all those boxes and I pack some of the things that I come across and I give or sell away, some of the other things. And eventually, hopefully before I die, all of that stuff will be out of my parents' basement. And then there's a third bucket of people who are like, I'm moving to Costa Rica. I'm all in. I am getting a professional shipper. They're going to deliver a shipping container to my house. We're going to pack it full of things, car, furniture, artwork, family heirlooms. And we're going to wait a couple of months to have that and pay a lot of money to bring all of that down to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So
let's start with the third, because I think for those of you that have that opportunity, that you're going to work with a shipping company to figure out the logistics. So we're not going to talk logistics here at all, because that's something that you'll figure out with them. But what's interesting to me about that one is I know a few people, I'm sure you do too, who did that route and then regretted it.
Yes.
Because do you really need your car down here? The only time this makes sense, in my opinion, is like with our investor visa, we can bring a car down without an import duty. But we still have to get the car down.
You have to wait for that investor visa. You have to wait for that visa to arrive, which can take months.
Exactly.
If not years.
The challenge here is, yes, you can, but without the investor visa, bringing a car down, you have to pay 50% of the value of the car in import tax. So if you have a $45,000 car,
estimate.
Pardon me?
It's not exactly 50%. It depends on the year, the car, and all that.
Totally.
Yes.
But just using that as a thumbnail, Like,
Right.
if you have if you want to bring your $75,000 Audi, you're going to spend, without that investor visa, you're going to spend, almost $40,000 in import taxes, not including then the shipping costs. So, just because you can doesn't mean you should. If you really are like, I want to bring everything down, we know people that are bringing down because they're like, we want to bring all the furniture, we want to bring all that. We're going to talk a little bit later about what is smart to bring and what's not. But I would just really encourage you to think through, if you want to do the shipping container route, do you really need all that stuff?
I think there's a group of people who are getting moved to Costa Rica by their companies, and the company is paying for that shipping. So
Fair.
by all means, pack up that shipping container.
And send some stuff for us, please.
Yeah, and please bring some stuff for us too. Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
Yeah. So Patrick, what would you bring? What have you brought? Let's talk about that.
So the preface here is I'm in the same camp as Aaron. So every time I come down, I bring stuff. And, full disclosure, at my points level, or whatever that is, status level with United, I can bring 4 70-pound bags. That my status is ending at the end of the year, so that will change down to, I think, 2. But with those 4 bags, I brought a lot of things that have made Aaron roll his eyes. But it is that, like, over time, Aaron and I have both brought our Dyson vacuums. I have brought ruggable, washable rugs. One of them was 9 by 11. I mean, it's a huge rug that I brought in my ski bag. I've brought artwork. I've brought linens. I've brought shelving. There's a lot of things. I've brought lighting. There's a lot of things that I've brought, and we'll go through a list of right now of pros and cons. But over time, I've been able to just bring stuff. Are there things I wish I could bring? Yeah. Are there things I probably will never bring? Yeah, probably. And like you said, we'll just sell those things. What's been the thing, before we get into the list of the do's and don'ts, let me ask you, Aaron, what's the thing you were the happiest that you've brought down, and the thing that you were like, why did I bring that down?
The happiest that I brought down, well, I think maybe they're the same. One item that I'm very happy I have, but I'm like, I don't really need this here, is a quilt that my mother quilted for me decades ago. That is a little bit a piece of home. I don't really need a quilt here in Costa Rica, but having it makes me really happy. Yeah. The other one is my Dyson vacuum cleaner. That has just drastically changed my life here, because if the floor is dirty, I just zip instead of sweeping. It's so nice to have that Dyson.
What's the thing that you regret bringing?
I regret bringing a few electronics that broke. So I have 2 Sonos speakers that broke here. I don't know if they were getting somewhat old, but they also, I think the move didn't help. And so they just stopped working. And now they're sitting in my closet. I've got to figure out a way to dispose of them properly, because I don't want to I'm not going to throw them in the landfill. Yeah. I need to get them recycled and properly taken care of.
Yeah. Okay, for me, the things that I am most happy I moved, I mean, from a kitchen perspective, my cast iron, because I use it a lot. There have been a couple of those kitchen appliance-y things. And then the other thing are just a lot of the little knick-knacky accessories that mean something to me at home, and now they mean something to me, kind of like your quilt that you're talking about. The things that I think are dumb to move, funny enough, it's electronics as well. One of the problems is like, I have electronics that do great in the dry climate of Denver, but I think part of the reason some of my stuff is shorted out is because it's so humid here.
Yeah.
There are some things I'm really glad, but let's talk, this is a good segue. Let's talk about the things to bring and not to bring. I think this is a list of things to bring. I'm just going to list the list and let's go through kind of our opinions on
Okay,
the list. Pots and
great.
pans.
Absolutely. Mine are
High-end
coming down next week.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I actually brought a lid that Aaron's mom forgot to, or that Aaron forgot to pack. Aaron's mom sent it to me in Denver. I brought it here for Aaron, a lid to a pot. So
All of
pots
my
and pans.
pots and pans, I'm going to be so happy to have those here.
High-end kitchen appliances. If you have something that you like, I'm going to bring next time I come down, I'm bringing my sous vide because I love to sous vide food. And it would be nice to have that option down here. You can't get that here. I haven't seen one. They probably have it at Crate and Barrel, but I mean, I could bring it down for a lot cheaper than getting it at Crate and Barrel. Electronics is stuff to bring. Just know that some of it is going to go bad, and you're probably going to have to buy it again at some point in time in the States and bring it down again. High quality sheets and towels, durable footwear, artwork, but artwork that won't mildew. We'll talk about that in a bit. Name brand over-the-counter medicines for headaches and allergies. They don't have Tylenol here. So if you're a Tylenol person, bring it. Sports equipment, high-end sports equipment, if it's something that you need, your surfboards, your scuba equipment, your whatever,
Golf
like that
set.
kind of stuff, your fly fishing gear. You're going to get much better in the States or Canada than you are here. Your favorite tools, I brought down a bunch of my tools just so I'd have them. And many, for that matter, say like bring your air compressor if you can. And then the last one that's on this list is food items, specialty food items. Like a lot of my favorite spices from Trader Joe's I bring down because I'm just not going to find those same spices here. What do you got on your list, Aaron, that I didn't say?
I think that's it. We should point out that a lot of these things you can buy here.
Almost all.
They're not the same. They're not the same quality, or they're going to be a lot more expensive. So that's why we're suggesting bring them down. Bed linens, for example, I've actually found a really good source for bed linens that is slightly more expensive than the United States. So I buy them here now. So things like that. But if you've got a favorite set of bed linens, bring it down.
I did a lot of research before I moved saying I have to have these things. So I was like, I'm going to get these towels that are like the perfect absorption for humid climates and they dry well. Well, I hate them. But I bought them and I brought them down because I thought I had to. I really didn't. That's one of those, do you really need it right away?
Yeah. Right.
I did get some really great sheets and I love them so much that now I also have them for our house in the States because I'm like, I love these sheets. But yeah, you can get all that here. I think one of the things that's the difference is like the 72,000 different versions of 600 thread count sheets. You're not going to have that kind of option here.
You're not.
But everything is available. I think one of the things on the two things on this list, durable footwear. When we say durable, it's not just like, what's going to work well when you're hiking. It's also things like I brought several pairs of leather shoes just so I'd have some nicer shoes down here. Well, I don't use them very much. And when I opened up, I came back when I leave for a long period of time, I put everything in bins and bags so that they don't just sit out. And the leather shoes had mildewed. So part of the durability is not just what will stand up, but it's literally like what makes sense for the climate. And the same thing with artwork. Like a lot of my artwork that I brought down is pottery, beadwork. I brought a really beautiful photo of the Sonoran Desert that my sister gave us as a wedding present years ago, and it has mildew all over it. And again, I don't want anyone to freak out, but we're in the tropics. Like it is a much more humid climate. So you just have to be thinking about what to bring in terms of what's going to hold up in this country too. So that's one reason not to just pack everything in a shipping container and bring it, because some of it's not going to work.
Right. And it depends on where you're going to live in Costa Rica. Yeah. I live in the city. I don't have mildew problems here. Patrick lives, as you can see in the background, in the jungle. And it's a lot more humid there.
Yeah, it's a lot more humid, and we have other things too, like we have termites here.
Right.
There are, like, I've been educated. There are hundreds of varieties of termites, and I think our house
Yeah.
has like 7 different types that are in
Yeah.
this neighborhood.
Wow.
You can keep your house fumigated. That's totally fine. But like a lot of people bring like flat pack storage units and things that are made out of like
IKEA. Yeah.
yeah, kind of like the IKEA stuff. Well, that stuff will ultimately, it's all like balsa wood or wood shavings that have been compressed.
Yeah.
That's just like a sponge. It's just going to soak up moisture and rot.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like softwoods. Bugs will get into it, like pine. Yes, things here are made with pine, but it's a different type of pine. It's been treated differently. So just, I have a artistic skateboard that I have as art, and I just have to wipe it off because it does get kind of the scale from the moisture. But so does the furniture that's from here as well. You just have to know, you're cleaning differently here. But the woods here are harder,
much harder
for a reason. Hey, before we go into the more of the things we would suggest you not bring, there are some things that people need to know if they're going to bring it, especially in their luggage or through customs, that it's going to get a little more scrutiny, right?
Yes. Yep. Brand new items, items in the box. For example, I brought down lamps and I kept them in the box, and I got pulled over and said, "You're not supposed to bring those into Costa Rica." They made me fill out a form. Never heard anything about it, but it was some scrutiny.
Yeah.
Large appliances, like it's going to be hard for you to bring large appliances into this country, especially in your checked luggage. But
people do. People bring fans.
Yeah.
People bring all kinds of things. But you're going to get extra scrutiny for sure, and they might take them.
Electronics, monitors, TVs, computers, especially if they're in the box, you're going to get scrutiny. And then weapons and ammunition. That's going to be something you just don't bring. Just don't bring.
It's interesting because it's one of those, just because you can, you should not.
Right.
Just full stop.
You can go through the process of gun ownership here in Costa Rica, which is a whole different video, but don't bring them into the country.
We're not going to, and by the way, we're not going to ever make that video.
No, we're not. That's right. Correct. All right, so what not to bring, Patrick?
Well, let's start with furniture, because there are a bunch of things here. Like, we've talked about wood. Be careful about bringing anything that is wood, because it doesn't do well. I mean, the stuff that you buy here are species of wood that does well here. Cedar, teak, bamboo. You can have anything built out of wood here. That type of stuff I would just do here. I've had a real problem. We are as I said, with leather, like bringing down leather things. Our couch here is leather, and we treat it with vinegar and water and then baking soda a few times a year, so that to keep the mildew out. Because again, anything porous is going to mildew.
Right.
What else we got?
Exactly. Beds. Don't bring mattresses. You can buy them here. They're nearly the same price.
The problem
buy
is,
them here.
Like, I know someone that said, "Oh, I'm going to bring a Lisa mattress because it comes in a box and it's lighter weight until you open it." Well, all that air weight will become humidity weight.
Yeah, And you can buy a similar mattress. I have a similar mattress. So just buy here, same price.
The difference is what it's made out of. It is made out of things that are going to do better in humid climate.
I don't know if that's the case.
I think it is.
For my mattress.
I'd like to research that.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think anyway. And then I think the other big thing is day-to-day products, especially products that, that you consume, that you can easily get here, obviously. For example, I have an electric toothbrush that I bought in the States. I've been using it for a year or so before I moved down. I can't find the heads, the toothbrush heads here. not the right brand. It's a Philips and not an Oral-B. You can buy Oral-B heads here, no problem. I've looked all over and I can't find the Philips heads. So I had to bring them down from the United States or buy an Oral-B toothbrush here. So consumables, things like that, like a Soda Stream, for example.
Oh, I wish I could have a Soda Stream.
It's going to be hard for you to find the cartridges.
Impossible.
The consumable. Yeah. I think there's maybe one place that sells them, but yeah.
Really?
And then, yeah. I found them on Instagram. I need to look them up, but they deliver. It's a custom.
Because I can't ship down Soda Stream cartridges.
Right. It's compressed CO2, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I think the last thing we've said, car. Like, it's going to be such a hassle to bring your car down. Just buy it here.
We will help you find. We will help you find the right car. If you want the souped up, totally refurbished Land Cruiser, I know 4 places that can give you that.
Exactly.
If you want the top of the line Chinese electric car, we know exactly who to go to for that.
Yep.
By the way, they're amazing. For the money that you're saving in the rationale of, quite frankly, we kept one car in the States, we sold our other car in the States, and that paid for our car here.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, well, we hope this helps people. Like, again, we're only giving you our opinions because a lot of this stuff is, it's trial and error. But I think the big takeaway of this is, at the end of the day, bring less, store more until you figure out. You can all store it in Aaron's parents' basement.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You just have to ship it to Michigan, but it will be there. But bring less, wait a while, see what you need. One of the things is, if you buy a house down here, if it's not a brand new home, it's probably going to come with some furniture. Some of that might really work for you. It did in my case. My couch, my dining room. I bought a brand new house, but the person that had lived here for a few months before left. I bought all the furniture, and it worked out great. So don't think you have to go right away to the ultimate extreme and get a shipping container, because you just don't.
You don't. Exactly. Well, this has been a fun video.
It is a fun video.
We would love to help you. Yeah, me too. We would like to help you think through what you should bring and not bring. Shoot us an email, hola@yourpuravita.com. Check out our website, all of our blogs and our videos and our content on our website, yourpuravita.com/links. This has been lovely. I hope that your move to Costa Rica is light and carefree as much as possible. And until next time, Patrick, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.